Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we have a little bit of kind of bad news going on now with brand new information in regards to the big Sony kind of blockage. Now, if you guys don't know, we've covered this a little bit and kind of had like a little more information every single day, and this is kind of like, I guess, the day 3 of it, where if a lot of people are curious, we were having people stacking PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus cards to essentially go and make sure they have like 5, 6, 7, 8 years of, well, PlayStation Plus. And especially with the brand new feature of the PlayStation Plus coming out with all the additional tiers, there was a really nice additional bonus that had people getting extra money and extra value for their money if they already had cards. So let's go and say for your actual account itself, if you have like say 5 or 6 years already pre-bought, at this point it should be already being carried on over to you that basically have like the highest tier PlayStation Plus. I do believe as of right now, if we see any more, we'll let you guys know, but I do believe as of right now, it is locked in. So if you guys already have it, you're all good to go. I think Sony's going to honor that. But because of that, and because of the preemptiveness, a lot of those Sony services yesterday were actually being shut down. Like Sony themselves are not allowing it, and they were saying it's going to be coming back soon. Now, yesterday I did a little bit of a kind of my own speculations based on how these companies work, and I was thinking, yeah, it's probably going to be happening after the whole official changes have happened, but even more official news, like an official statement from Sony themselves, have now came out and talked about it, so I want to go talk about this, talk about the changes, and talk about everything else going on throughout this one. And it is kind of not good news, although it is like a brand new service, so it was somewhat expected. Like I said, I even speculated on it yesterday in yesterday's video, so let's go talk about it. As well, if you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribe with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well, link down below, and sign up for that Weeble, sign up for that Coinbase Twitter giveaway down below, and all the usual Xboxes too as well, down below. You guys know the usual links, so let's go and dive in the video itself. So as I mentioned, we actually have now had official statement. This is now a confirmation from Sony themselves stating in regards on the PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Now, somewhat like hack, like, you know, like more so like life hack than the actual hack itself, and has now confirmed the really bad news that you essentially cannot utilize any of these as of right now. So we have an article over here from Video Game Chronicle talking about the fact that Sony has now officially confirmed its blocked its PS Plus and now subscription stacking. And in future too, as well as kind of the intriguing thing, vouchers will be converting to time equivalent to their subscription tier. So it's actually like, we have like the official statement talking about it, so we're going to talk about that a little bit more throughout this. But basically, as of now, Sony has confirmed it's disabled PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now subscription stacking ahead of their revamp of its membership services this summer. So this is actually, like I said before, like we saw like a weird temporary issue and glitch, and now this is official sources. So to update to the official PlayStation Plus FAQ, which like these are just basically the official PlayStation itself. As you guys can see, we're gonna just kind of summarize those stuff over here for it. This is kind of that's gonna give you like the rundown, the talk about everything else as well, like what's going on, what the vibe is, etc., etc. Basically, a lot of holders were confirming it was temporarily taken down. And this kind of also goes out to, because I think like one person out there, like everyone else is like, okay, I can see it. That one person out there is like, no, it's gonna come back soon. There's only one guy that said this is literally this entire video is dedicated to you for my pettiness. And it basically confirmed that anything going forward, so if you guys already own PlayStation Plus, or you guys see it in a car, like a card store, like a 7-Eleven, a Best Buy, online, whatever, PS Now or PS Plus, all those voucher codes will now be redeemable until after the existing thing will be expired. So basically, you're going to have to go and wait until the existing membership is done, which also then kind of clarifies that it will be formulated, I guess, on the brand new system. So it's kind of basically forcing you and soft locking you that you can still use it. Like if you bought one, you're not wasting money. You're not going to you didn't waste your money technically, but you're just going to be getting more of the equivalent value of the new PlayStation Plus system, which is a little bit on the annoying side to say the least. But like I said, it's annoying for consumers because some people are buying some stuff and some people have the codes, or once again, maybe someone's like not even on top of the Twitter, YouTube news, and they just go and casually buy one, and they might be wasting money or not be able to go utilize it for quite some time, which does kind of stink a little bit. But I think it makes sense for Sony as a company. I don't want to give them too much of a free pass because it's a really big multi-billion-dollar company, and like, you know, if your consumers are wasting extra money, I get it. You want to make money as a company, totally get it, but it is a little bit on the annoying side. So in addition, Sony also did go and say that for existing existing subscribers, vouchers will now be converted to a time equivalent to the monetary value of their subscription. So I'd probably say this is also kind of somewhat of a bad change. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I mean, it does make sense. I'm going to reiterate this a lot throughout the video. It makes sense for a company. You're doing big changes. It's like an awkward transitional period. Most people will be used to it in 2-3 months after the fact. But it's also a bit weirder because you have also the in-store stuff. You have companies selling stuff. You don't necessarily know what Walmart's going to be doing in their stores or when their stock runs out, etc., etc. Now, they did try to go and remove the PlayStation Now a while ago, but, sometimes people go sit on them, or sometimes you get it for Christmas or holidays or, grandparents, whatever it is. I'm sure you guys know. So for the example, a 1-month PlayStation Plus voucher will provide access to approximately 3 weeks of PlayStation Plus Extra, or as well approximately 2.5 weeks of PlayStation Plus Premium. A 1-month PlayStation Now voucher will provide access to approximately 3 weeks of PlayStation Plus Premium. So it's kind of just like them trying to have a comparison of it, if that makes sense. So let's say usual PlayStation Plus cards are $10. They're trying to give you the same equivalent of a $10 range. So you get $10, usually the price would be $15. So imagine you paid 2/3 of it, so you're getting 2/3 of the actual quantity itself. Once again, a little bit on the weirder side. I'm not sure this is my favorite change or biggest thing. I think it's kind of bad / kind of somewhat greedy. But once again, I understand it's a new system. There's going to be a little bit of hiccups. And as well, maybe Sony just didn't plan for it, or they just maybe had an oversight, or maybe they were going to do this a month in advance either way, and they maybe cut a little bit quicker just because people have been stacking it in preemptiveness for this. As we prepare to launch the new PlayStation Plus membership service, we are doing some work behind the scenes to make the transition as smooth as possible for all of our existing members, the FAQ update reads. As part of this work, we've temporarily disabled, and that's going to be covered up as of yesterday, stacking memberships for existing customers until after the launch, aka they were losing money and they were kind of didn't want to lose more. Rest assured that your voucher code is still valid, which is still at least nice. You'll be able to redeem your code either when your existing membership expires or deactivates, or after the new PlayStation Plus service launches in your area, whichever happens first. So once again, you're not necessarily losing money, you're just basically prepaying into the PlayStation Plus, and in my mind, I'd rather just have that played, I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan. I mean, it's not the biggest deal. It's not the strangest thing. I'm just not a fan of it. I'm sure you guys could maybe agree. Or if you guys want to leave your comments down below, if you guys just don't care or whatever, feel free to. It also adds, if you currently have a PlayStation Plus or PlayStation Now membership, due to changes we are making to the service prior to launch, you won't be able to redeem a voucher code for that service until your existing membership expires or deactivates, or after the new PlayStation Plus service launches in your area, whichever happens first. The move is likely Sony attempting to stop players making savings out of the revamped PlayStation Plus service, which will begin rolling out in May, structured across the 3 payment tiers. So once again, it's still it makes sense. Sony as a company, they don't want people basically, I don't want to say scamming them out of money, scheming maybe out $400, $500. I've seen some folks out there who have PlayStation Plus until 2032 at this point. That's another 10 years. So ideally, it's probably going to still be in service by then, but who knows when it comes to inflation and everything else, you're probably going to be seeing price increases. We usually see price increases from these companies every 2 to 3 years either way. So it's kind of a little bit of the sad side. I'm not the biggest fan of seeing this, and I think it should have maybe been preemptively announced. I think if I was them, it would have been nice to maybe see all existing purchases by May 1st will not be able to go through. And then if people still want to try to go and stack it, at least at the end of the day, they have extra money to reinvest into the company. If you get 8 years of extra money, you can kind of just consider a free service loan essentially and use that to, bolster up the systems or pay employees. At the end of the day, it's not the worst thing to have more cash on hand if you're a company. But it is a little bit on the annoying side, I'll be honest, because people were buying stuff even as of 4 or 5 days ago, and it was actually soft locked out, and as of right now, you guys see the brand new changes to the system itself. And as well, it's also kind of weird too, because while it was obviously people are trying to do this to save some money long term, and I keep standing by, I'll probably just be keeping the normal PlayStation Plus. I'm not the biggest fan of game trials. I'm not the biggest fan of emulating old games. If I wanted to emulate, I'd probably just use the actual emulation on my computer itself. But at the end of the day, there are people who want to utilize that stuff, or do want to utilize the demos, or maybe they're really big PlayStation fans and supporters anyway, so it's kind of on the mediocre side. So it is a little bit annoying too, because, well, I don't know, it's not the best news. It's not the best consumer news. It's not the biggest change, and we could probably assume this was going to happen, as I mentioned, so it's not the end all be all, but it is always a little bit of a slap in the face whenever it happens. So, like I said, not the biggest deal, but not the funnest deal to go and see. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Give me your thoughts and comments down below on what you guys thought about this stuff. We have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below, the Twitter giveaway down below if you guys want to be a part of that one. We also do have the Weeble and Coinbase and Xboxes up in sale, up in stock. And leave a like if you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know if you guys are even going to be even excited, I guess, at this point. I feel it's kind of been like bad news these past few days, but give me your thoughts down below.